So you've been a school social worker for a little bit and you're starting to get curious about therapy outside of schools. You're like, maybe this might be the year that I switch. But you start psyching yourself out. You're like, I'm just a school social worker. I don't think I can do it. Maybe the environment might be too different. And I'm here to tell you, stop with that thinking, because that thinking is going to get in the way of maybe future goals or different career path later on. So don't do that. The transition is actually a lot easier than you think. While the language might be different, being a school social worker has actually helped you build on some really cool skills that are easily adaptable to the therapeutic setting. So here's kind of like a quick language connection between school and therapy, starting with adding clients to your caseload. You would add students to your caseload, but now you have a range of ages that you can work with and disabilities, versus in schools, you're working with the school population. You build rapport, you gather all your information. Outside therapy, you're usually gathering that information just from the client and the parent if you're working with littles. In schools, you're collaborating with a ton of people to do more of a wraparound. That's a little bit different than therapy. Then you write your goals. This might be a little bit different than schools because you write your goals before you start working with a student, but with a client, you're getting to know them first, and then you write your goals. Just like you would an IEP, you have your main goal, you have your objectives, and the system might be different, but the organization style usually is the same. During the whole process, you're thinking about your therapeutic modality, or for schools, your interventions and your curriculum. You're thinking about how to support them, what psychoeducation they might need, and it's not so skill-based focus. The main difference is that there's a little bit more flexibility with therapy because you have a client for a longer time and you can talk with the client about anything they need at that day, at the moment, versus in schools you have students for shorter sessions because you don't want them to be out of class for too long, and it's still skill focused so that they are able to access their academics. But if you have your LCSW, you're probably already thinking about the clinical pieces and writing some goals for that, but that's another conversation. The other difference is that you don't have to have these huge meetings with 5+ people just to update their goals. You can do that with the client, you can do that with the client and the parent, but yeah, make sure you're updating goals. And the last thing is termination, which termination in therapy is as simple as this client met the goal and you're finishing up some sessions and you're talking about how to continue using their skills or continue using what you've talked about, and making sure that they have that system in place for them. While in schools, it could be for various different reasons. It could be that they met their goal and you're still seeing them in tier 2, or you're still checking on them once in a while, or they move away, or they're transitioning from one grade level to the next, and so you have to have those larger conversations and talk to the other social workers or talk to the rest of the team to make sure that their plan is set for the next building, right? So I don't mean to oversimplify the transition, but really here to tell you, you can do it. You can definitely do it, especially if you're LCSW, because you're in that clinical mindset already and can continue taking the professional development to build on those therapeutic skills. But yeah, you can do it.